Fuck Zachary Levi.
Man to woman, woman to man, man to woman, penis and vagina. Man to woman, woman to man, man to woman, penis and vagina.
Hello, Alec here. This is the Feuilleton. Welcome to another episode. This one is going to be a little more personal than previous videos. I was recently made aware of a new film starring Zachary Levi called The Unbreakable Boy, which deals in a subject matter that is very near and dear to my heart, even though it was a very recent development for me. So here goes. In November of 2024, I found out that I am both autistic and ADHD. I was not surprised to learn of this. I had long suspected that there was something in my makeup that had been stifling my ability to relate to others and to operate in accordance to the strictures and tenets of modern society. Moreover, I have always been one to obsess and fixate over things, especially those pertaining to my interests vis-a-vis film, acting, music, literature, etc. Regardless, I was devastated when I received the news. I'm not sure if other people have experienced this, but I immediately started to backdate every single interaction that I ever had over the course of my previous 40 years on this planet. Was the time that I snarked out at a customer at my service job for not tipping enough? Was that just me being an asshole, or was that my neurodivergence? Let's be honest, I snarked out more than once. Or, is my perceived claustrophobia in the back of a New York taxi cab exactly that? Or is it my response to being overstimulated? Suddenly my life was littered with this sense of upheaval that I can only describe as insidious. Either way, I always knew that life seemed to be a little easier for other people than it was for me. I wake up every day with this uneasy feeling of not being able to figure anything out. And when I am presented with too many options, I tend to shut down and do nothing instead. Now, many things preceded this. Most notably, I became a parent in 2022, which was yet another in an increasingly long line of reminders as to how I did not have my shit together. And I had to come to terms with some of my past traumas vis-a-vis therapy and changes to my medication, which is not hardly unusual. And this all coincided with my wanting to make a concerted effort to get in better physical shape so that I could put up with the physical demands of being a father. And also in August of last year, I started to have some severe difficulties with my then day job of 8 years. I ended up quitting that job in September on account of their turning toxic in regards to my status as a work-from-home parent. I was also feeling underappreciated, and I was vastly underpaid, in addition to being generally just checked out for the better part of 3 years, if I'm being honest. I had always wondered why I could not focus properly or figure out how to work within complex programs like Excel or other tech-minded things. I was repeatedly taken to task by a manager for not having what she deemed basic computer literacy in a way that was very demoralizing, if I'm being honest. This in turn has bled into my acting career. The business side of things has always been more or less a undiscovered country for me. And my music career, software, recording, learning new bits of theory, etc. I decided that I would finally get properly diagnosed in a concerted effort to get a better understanding of myself. No time like the present, right? So here I am, 4 months later, and I am no closer to having figured anything out. But I have within me a new sense of fervor in wanting to turn this into my superpower. I want to find some manner of comfort in the idea that my neurodivergence is my superpower, and with my heightened awareness and hypersensitivity to stimuli, that my fellow Aspies and I, and indeed anyone else on the spectrum, are the closest humankind has to actually being X-people. So you can imagine my anger then, that there is a contingent of sweater fondlers out there who feel that autism, and indeed anything that falls on the proverbial spectrum, is something to be fixed. That there is something wrong with us, which is all cowed under the umbrella that there is something in vaccines that cause autism, which has all been disproved by every bit of science and refuted outright. And at the forefront of this is a group of dumbfuck actors under seemingly no authority outside that which they read in a chapter in Jenny McCarthy's autobiography, who operate under the false and deleterious claim that I am irreparably diseased by virtue of the ingenuity of modern medicine. That a positive mental outlook, diet and exercise, and perhaps the dumbest thing of all, faith in a higher power, can somehow cure typhoid, polio, and measles, which are all making a comeback, it must be said, not to mention my own bit of brain kookiness. So, I am past the point of wanting these idiots to change. What I do want is for Zachary Levi to get rickets. I want Alicia Silverstone to get chronic diarrhea. I want Jenny McCarthy to fall and twist her ankle, and I want Woody Harrelson to be force-fed cooked food. I wouldn't exactly not dance for joy if the headquarters for Autism Speaks were to burn to the ground, hopefully with no one else inside. This is beyond the parasocial. What these people say is inherently and explicitly harmful, and I am done with wanting to educate people who have no desire to learn. So there it is. Thank you for watching. Hopefully anyone going through similar issues can find something to relate to here or some bit of comfort. And remember, there are but 3 certainties in this crazy world: pee-pee, poo-poo, and death. Kisses.
Man to woman, woman to man to woman, penis and vagina. Man to woman, woman to man to woman, penis and vagina.